new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.
The only winless side in the competition welcomes the team closest to them on the points standing. What can we expect as Mumbai Indians face Delhi Capitals at the Wankhede Stadium on Sunday afternoon on Maruti Suzuki Arena? Presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout, joined by Tom Moody and Jaffer to set that game up for us. Mumbai's hopes, quite obviously, rely on the return of Surya Kumar Yadav, who we know has linked up with the squad. Remains to be seen whether he's cleared to play the game. And in what has been two difficult seasons for Mumbai, the last two, even in a spate of not so great results, you see the reliance on Surya Kumar Yadav through those numbers. When he plays, even in these tough seasons, they've at least won close to half their games. But without Surya Kumar Yadav, 9 matches played, 7 of them lost. Wasim, stating the obvious when we say they rely on Surya Kumar Yadav, who's only one of the best batters going around in the world, but rocking up after a long layoff, coming back after an ankle surgery, it's not that easy.
Yeah, it won't be easy. Obviously, he'll be short of game time. But that happened last year also, I remember. He missed the first half quite a bit, and then he came in and, played some amazing knocks and made them into the playoffs. So that's nothing new to him. But he's a massive boost for Mumbai Indians, without a doubt, because the top order is not firing. Tim David obviously is not in the best of the form. So Surya Kumar Yadav coming in, because he has that ability to play match-winning knocks. We all know what he can do in that middle over. So coming in and obviously boosting that middle order will be a big boost to MI.
And just to illustrate that over-reliance on Surya Kumar Yadav, not just in the last couple of seasons, if you look back since 2018, when it comes to contribution of runs from non-openers to team wins, Surya Kumar Yadav is only second to AB de Villiers. He scores nearly a fifth, more than a fifth, of Mumbai's runs in victories since 2018. What does that tell us, Tom? Does it perhaps point to the fact that Mumbai's problems run deeper than just Surya's absence?
I think he's one part of it. When you have a world-class player like Sky missing out of your lineup, it's a significant hole that needs to be filled, but particularly at the work rate that he operates at, and what I mean by work rate, I'm talking about strike rate and the impact he has in games. And it may only be at times a short impact, but what it does is it accelerates Mumbai's progress towards the finishing line for a win. But I think there's more issues at Mumbai than just suddenly Sky turns up and the sky is all blue. It's there's a number of dynamics that are happening there that aren't quite falling into place, but nothing that can be turned around very quickly with a couple of wins and a bit of confidence. And that's exactly what Hardik Pandya needs as the new captain there. And with a few players also finding form and Sky back in the dressing room, I think is a positive thing.
For the moment, given that he returns after such a long layoff, is it perhaps the smarter move to ease him in and use him as an impact sub? And what would that mean to their impact strategy otherwise, which has generally been to go in with 3 overseas?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they do operate with him. I would imagine if he's fit to play and released by the BCCI, I would imagine he's fit to play the full game. So I wouldn't expect that it impact their impact subs at all. And I think that's important that he has a presence on the field as well, because he's an experienced player. So you'd want him around. And when you have an X-factor player like that come back, that can also just inject a lot of energy and positivity around the dressing room, particularly a dressing room that's sort of only seen a couple of negative results so far this season. Suddenly you get new energy coming into the rooms. It does, turn, people's mindsets around.
Focusing on Delhi, they have their own Yadav who they rely on, and Kuldeep Yadav is the one who's missing. We saw how much their absence cost them. They only conceded 272 against Kolkata Knight Riders. Wasim, Kuldeep not being there just alters the balance of this Delhi bowling lineup?
Yeah, massively. He's such an important part of that bowling attack because you need somebody to squeeze in the middle, and he's the main guy who does that, to pick wickets in the middle. Akshar Patel has his limitation, and they haven't gone to any third spinner, even though they've got Lalit Yadav, but they don't trust him. And we saw in the last game also, they played with Akshar, and Akshar only bowled 1 over. So with Kuldeep not playing, the attack becomes very one-dimensional, and that's been the problem. So, it's going to be a tough challenge for Delhi going ahead.
Well, I'd actually like to see Delhi give a little bit more responsibility to Axar, and bowl him more, get him into the contest. We haven't really seen him, with bat in the contest yet, and limited time with the ball. He's such a pivotal player for Delhi if they're going to have a successful campaign. And they've started slowly. If they can get him up and running by getting him into the contest with bat and ball, it may well help them make the strides forward they need.
Yeah, and it's one of the things we've discussed quite often with Delhi, even last season. They seem to be one of those teams who shy away from that conventional left-hander to left-hander matchup. The minute left-handers come in, you see that the overs given to Akshar Patel tend to reduce. But on Delhi's pacers as well, when we see that difference in the economy of the pacers and spinners, it's not just that the economy of the pacers is high, it's also that every pacer, barring Khalil Ahmed, has gone at above 10 per over. So, in Kuldeep's absence, what is the best way for them to set up as a bowling unit?
Well, Khalil has been the standout, but he's been the standout with the new ball. That's no surprise to most people that have seen him in the past. He's a highly skilled new ball bowler, gets it to swing both ways, and is a threat. And if you look at his numbers, his strike rate's as good as a lot of people that have played the IPL over a period of 4 or 5 seasons. What they need to do is the point we'd made earlier, in my view, is get more spin overs out of Axar to be able to just take a little bit of weight and responsibility off the pace bowlers. So that getting him into the contest in those middle overs. It's been very hard for Nokia, given that he's come off quite a considerable layoff and recovery from injury, to suddenly shoulder the responsibility of bowling at the death, 2 overs, and obviously having that impact role as a pace bowler. He's not quite up to pace yet. We normally see him hit 150. He hasn't been up to that speed yet, but I think the more games he plays, the more he'll sort of find himself comfortable out in the middle.
All right, quick final call then. Is this the game where Mumbai get off the mark?
I think Mumbai looks a little stronger, and I expect them to come together and get their first win.
Yeah, to me it's Mumbai. Day game as well. I think with Sky coming back into that 11, they're a threat.
You've heard it from the experts. They believe Mumbai will get that first win of the season. What do you think? Tell us, and be sure to join the build-up to Mumbai versus Delhi just before toss time on Maruti Suzuki Arena. Presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.